So last night I was up until 1 a.m. working, and I was looking at the clock and I was thinking to myself, oh, why am I up late? I got to get some sleep so I can be fresh today. And then I did a second take and I thought, wait a second, this is work? Because what I was doing was researching one of my guests that was just coming up today. His name is Chris Eubank, and this guy is a legend and an inspiration. Not only was he a world title boxing holder for 5 years straight, he was undefeated for 10 years, but he has this kind of panache and style and accent, and the way he conducted himself with epic fights against Nigel Benn, two of those, Michael Watson, and he was a real fixture of British boxing. He used to wear the riding trousers and the monocle in his eye, and I'm busy watching a documentary on him and learning as much as I can about him, watching the documentary that Louis Theroux did on him, and I was just thinking, this is my job, this is work where I get to spend my time researching cool motherfuckers and then interview them the next day. So I had to think to myself, I'm super lucky, and I don't want to be one of those guys that says, do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life, but do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And while, as you guys know from my TED Talk, that I'm still busy working on converting this passion of mine into a business, which is kind of happening now over at London Real Academy, but that's a whole nother story. I never for once didn't love what I do, because I feel really special to be able to talk to these people and just really have cool conversations with anyone or connect with a human on a really serious level. I love that. Maybe I didn't get enough of that as a kid. There's a lot of theories there, but the fact that I get to sit down with these famous people in my mind, or celebrities, or just really cool people, whether it's academia or fitness or just life stories, activists, authors, it's just something I'm so grateful for, and it never gets old. And honestly, if none of y'all were watching, I wouldn't care, because I would get that 2 hours of time when I turn those microphones on and I can ask them anything I want. And it's fabulous. As a matter of fact, I get so spoiled that when I meet people normally, not in my studio, I feel like I don't get the same conversation I get, because I can't sit there and ask them everything I want, because they'll just think I'm weird. So if I say, tell me your advice to your 20-year-old self, someone will be like, I just met you, Brian, and we're having a coffee. This is weird. So I just had this realization last night that as hard as I work, whatever you mean that is, and I'm not one to tell you how many hours I do, whatever, but some people tell me it's a lot, it's still something I just love doing. And like I said, if all my subs went to zero and everything went to zero, I would keep doing this, because I love the interaction, I love producing great content, and quite honestly, I just love featuring awesome people, and I love telling their stories. You've heard my story a bit, and I know you hear it sometimes, but I'm not as concerned with you hearing my story as I am with you hearing these great people's stories and featuring these awesome people like Chris Eubank and everything about his life. I want to hear what his life was like after boxing, etc. So, a lot of people come to me and ask me what they should do, and it's something I'm going to talk about on our webinar that's shooting this week on the Academy. And you ultimately do have to find something you're passionate about, because as I know from the tech companies around here on my show Silicon Reel, it's the passion that gets you through those late nights, that gets you through those hard times, that gets you through those people telling you that you're crazy and you're stupid and this is not a business and no one's ever going to buy what you have. So you have to find out where the passion is. And back when I used to work in these big buildings up here on the top floors, when I was trading and then broking, I had the passion to make money. I always wanted to make money. And don't get me wrong, getting paid, it feels good. It does. It does in the beginning. And then you kind of wonder, why am I doing it? And what keeps me coming in the next day and the next day? Because as Bud Fox said to Gordon Gekko, how much is enough, Gordon? How many boats can you water ski behind? And of course, Gordon replied with, it's not a question of enough, Bud. It's somebody wins and somebody loses. So that's another way to look at it. And a lot of the guys up there, they think about it as a game, and they win every year when they roll up those commas. And I get it, but if you're not passionate about it, you're going to go to your grave kind of wondering what the hell happened in your life. And as Ido Portal would say, your dogma, you're going to catch up with your dogma, and you're going to realize that everything you thought was going to make you happy, the plan, isn't actually going to get to where you want to go. And so I have to say, think about what you love doing, and even if it's crazy, it could be cooking, it could be parenting, it could be teaching jujitsu, it could be doing something online, it could be marketing. You know, for Jason Gaynard, the guy that ran Masterminds Talks this weekend, it's connecting people, and he's so fucking good at it, it's not even funny. And it shows, and he draws people in, and he's built a whole business around just connecting people. It started off just for dinner, and now he runs this, 140 person, multi-million dollar company doing just that. And it's almost that simple. So find what you love and then do that, and then you're going to get paid for doing stuff that you would do normally. And, it's not that simple. You can really work harder at it. This book I featured this week called Key Persons of Influence by Daniel Priestley, who's coming up this week, he talks about how you can become a person of influence in that field, and how you can make a product around your personality, and all are intelligent things. So don't get me wrong, don't just do something you're passionate about and just make milkshakes, but find out how you can turn it into a business. But start with a passion, otherwise you're going to end up a lonely, nasty, horrible person. And the other thing I say, when you do something with passion, you attract friends, and you attract peers, and you attract employees that want to come along the ride, the crazy ride you're going on. So that's my thought of the week. Do something you love. It's out there, and it's something I'm going to be covering on my webinars over at London Real Academy. If you want to be a member, please apply. We want to know what you bring to the community, but we got great stuff happening. I'm about to stream a live episode with boxer Chris Eubank, and I've got bonus content from Daniel Priestley that's only available on the Academy. So apply now. It's early right now, and the price is going to go up very soon. So check that out. Much love to you guys. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know if you like this, if you didn't like this, if you like my new tan from California, if you don't like my hair. Let me know all that stuff. Please subscribe, and be good to yourself. As Anita Moorjani would say, start in the morning by loving yourself. Do that first before you ever leave the house. You owe it to the rest of us to love yourself first before you even interact with us. And that's it. I'm out of here to go meet Chris Eubank. Peace.